thanks for staying with us. This is the morning edition of News on My Media Prime Television, coming to you live from Studio 1 here in Douala, Cameroon's economic capital. With me, Fon Quinter. Let's begin today's edition of Prime Flash in the northwest region of Cameroon, precisely Guzang locality in Batibo subdivision, where at least 3 houses, including a popular bar belonging to a disabled man, have been razed to ashes. According to locals, the houses were burned by men dressed in military attire on Wednesday, September 21, 2022. This is happening just few days after 2 ladies were shot dead in Andek, Momo division of the Northwest region, an incident the army spokesperson Captain Atonfak Research condemned, saying the soldiers who committed the act have been arrested and will be tried. Away from the northwest region, some forest guards in Douala have intercepted a group of 4 wildlife species traffickers. The 4 were apprehended at the Newbert neighborhood in the Douala 2 municipality of the Lithoa region, as Eileen Samathoses.
Of 26 elephant tusks were retrieved from the wildlife species traffickers. It is obvious that these elephants, 13 of them, making the 26 tusks, were killed and their tusks extracted for business. A business which could have fetched them many millions of francs CFA, as one of these elephant tusks cost approximately 3 million francs CFA. The operation, which was led by Henri Tama, head of the anti-gang unit at Bonanjo Judicial Police Douala, was spearheaded by some forest guards working for a non-governmental organization in Douala, who informed the police asking for a helping hand. According to reports, the elephant tusks were imported from neighboring Congo to Cameroon, intended to be sold to a Chinese citizen. It is purported that the name of the exporter of the elephant tusk is not known. Likewise, the supposed buyer, a certain Chinese citizen. However, the 4 middlemen apprehended at the New Bell neighborhood in Douala by law enforcement officers are under detention and risk spending 2 to 5 years in prison with heavy charges worth the price of these endangered species.
From the Lithoa region of Cameroon, let's move to the southwest region, where some internally displaced and underprivileged children in Kumba Mema division of the southwest region have received back-to-school didactics from Core Care Africa as a means to encourage back to school in that part of the country. Tamfu Sido and Dimbi files and details from Kumba.
According to Article 26 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, every child around the world has the right to free basic education, and by this, poverty is not an excuse. It is in this light that Core Care Africa donated some school bags and other didactic materials to some internally displaced and underprivileged children in Kumba, chief town of Meme division of the southwest region of Cameroon.
Many years, some parents are really poor because they are not working. We all know that there have been crises in the northwest and southwest region of Cameroon. Many parents are no more working. Some children are orphaned. Some don't have houses to stay because their houses were burned. So we thought it is very necessary to assist these people because there has been a gap, a very huge gap for the past 6 years. Some children have missed their livelihood education, which is a very big problem that we are going to face tomorrow in Cameroon.
The donation exercise that took place at St. Anthony of Padua Parish, Kumba, brought joy to the children as they were spotted celebrating their new school bag on their back with the donor. The children, in one voice, expressed words of gratitude to the donor and sponsors.
I've not been going to school for 5 years now. Thank God for Core Care Africa, who have brought us these books, bags, pens, and rulers. And I'm sure I'm going to go back to school.
And thank you for that Core Care Africa has brought me back to school.
And to the parent who answered present, words could not express their joy.
Very grateful to the Core Care Africa and the Kumba Community Organization, Toronto, for this great gesture they have given to our children who are ready to go back to school.
Thank Core Care Africa
Africa because this year's program, this year's school resumption, we never even knew how it's going to look like. We never even knew how the children were going to go back to school. We want to thank Fon Africa.
It should be noted that Fon Africa is aimed to foster democratic and equitable living environment where all vulnerable people, especially the underprivileged, women and children, have access to education, health, sustainable livelihood, opportunities, and essential infrastructure services irrespective of their economic and social status.
Thank you, Fon Africa and the Community Organization Toronto.
Away from the Southwest region, the first ever Congress of the Society of Urologists kicked off in Yaoundé with focus on reviewing a development in urology. The Congress brought together urologists from Cameroon and the international community, as Dali Ngande tells us.
Prosthesis, fistula repairs, and prostatectomy are all medical conditions that have been carried out successfully during day one of the first ever Congress of the Society of Urologists taking place in Yaoundé. Dr. Angwafo III is a key speaker during this event.
It is giving us an opportunity to look at the first cooperation and collaboration in all aspects of urology.
Meanwhile, the main focus of this convention is also geared towards discovering the new surgical procedures in the era of technological innovation, especially when it has to do with a penile implant for men with erectile dysfunction.
So, in this conference, you'll be having results of clinical and public health research presented. And the Society of Cameroon Urology has about 62 members.
Urology, which is the branch of medicines that focuses on surgical and medical diseases of the urinary tract system and reproductive organs, the doctors are here to ameliorate the standard of treatment. Meantime, the urologists continue to get abreast with the new approach as they exchange ideas excitingly at the Congress.
Still on health, September is Newborn Screening Awareness Month, a health campaign geared towards detecting and treating severe disorders in babies. Bokengo Ward is with details in this report.
Claimed by health experts to be a paramount health procedure for infants, newborn screening is a health program put in place to identify underlying health conditions in infants 48 hours after they are born, to detect rare and severe diseases that can affect a child's long-term health and survival. Seeking to raise awareness regarding newborn screening every September, it is important to note that there exist more than 50 different rare and serious health conditions in infants, and about 12,500 babies with serious conditions are saved globally. Through data from the World Health Organization say children face the greatest risks of death in their first 28 days, with about 1 million dying on the day of birth and 2.4 more dying within their first week of month of life. Worth noting is the fact that most of these deaths can be prevented through newborn screening. In this slide, it is important for health practitioners as well as nursing mothers.
Onto sports, the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon bowed to Uzbekistan 0-2 in an international friendly this morning at the Goyang Stadium in Seoul, South Korea. The match kicked off 7 a.m. Cameroon time. The boys of coach Rigobert Song will on Tuesday, September 27, clash with South Korea in their second friendly encounter. Still on sports, Victoria United has qualified to represent the Southwest region in the MTN Elite Championship in Cameroon after beating NJV Football Academy 2-1 to sail through. After 8 years off, the region finally got to an elite team after Dynamic, who lastly represented the region at the elite level, dropped in 2016. On our international page, Uganda on Thursday said it had detected 6 new cases of Ebola, raising the total number of confirmed cases to 7, while a local media outlet reported that the death toll had risen to 12. On Tuesday, the East African country confirmed an outbreak of the hemorrhagic fever in the central district of Mubende, about 150 kilometers west of the capital Kampala. Uganda has experienced previous outbreaks of the highly fatal disease. The last reported cases were in 2019, with at least 5 fatalities. And as Malian authorities held a traditional military parade Thursday to mark the country's Independence Day in the presence of the head of Guinea's military junta, Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya, West African leaders were meeting in New York to attend the UN General Assembly on the sideline. They agreed at the emergency summit to impose gradual sanctions on Guinea's junta over its inflexibility on setting a date to return to civilian rule. A summary of the meeting said the leaders agreed on gradual sanctions on a list of people linked to the Guinean junta who will be identified very soon by the bloc's leadership. Mali underwent coup in August 2020 and in May 2021, followed by Guinea in September and Burkina Faso in the month of January. We've come to the end of today's edition of Prime Flash on My Media Prime Television. My name is Fon Quinter. The news was compiled and produced thanks to Elvis. Modika. The brief comes up at exactly 10 a.m. with Lasha Kingsley and Gladys Bamotongina. Meanwhile, developments of these and more be yours at exactly 6:30 p.m. with Eileen Samatu. Then have a blessed weekend in the company of more programs on The African Eye. Goodbye.